Episode 1, Seong Gi-hun's Decision. Season 2 starts with Seong Gi-hun's journey for revenge and truth. After surviving in Season 1, Gi-hun tried to live a normal life with his family. But the memories haunted him. He saw many deaths, betrayals, and the cruelty of the game. The game and the VIPs who played with human lives left deep scars in Gi-hun's heart. At the airport, Gi-hun was ready to leave for America, but he saw the game recruiting again. He thought for a long time, then decided not to take the flight. His eyes showed determination. He was no longer a bystander. Without any tears, he left the airport slowly, walking back into the dark center of the game. Gi-hun remembered the tragedies he experienced. He decided to expose the truth and end it. He dyed his hair black to hide his identity and began searching for traces of the organization in the dark streets of Korea. The people he met were former members of the organization, some who escaped from the game. They gave Gi-hun important information to get closer to the core of the organization. The night in Seoul was still cold and dark. Gi-hun walked through the narrow streets. His steps were firm, but the pain and sadness were visible on his face. He searched through dark streets and old, abandoned buildings to find the people involved in the game. He followed the traces they left and walked deeper into danger. The first meeting. A former member gives information. Gi-hun found a former member of the game. His name was Dong-cheol. Dong-cheol used to work in the game, but he left because of the cruelty and his own moral conflict. He was hiding in a small, dark basement room, drunk. The room was filled with cigarette smoke, and the feeling of despair was strong. At first, Dong-cheol was wary of Gi-hun and did not welcome his visit. But as he listened to Gi-hun's story and saw his desperate eyes, Dong-cheol started to open up. You saw it too, right? People just dying. Dong-cheol's voice trembled. He stumbled and held his cigarette tightly. He began to talk about the truth of the game. Dong-cheol said the game was not just for entertainment. The most powerful people in the world treated it like a kind of ritual. They used people's pain and death to confirm their power and feel thrill. They believed it proved their value. Gi-hun listened and felt Dong-cheol's pain and guilt. Dong-cheol could not live with being part of the game. and it ruined his life. He gave Gi-hun important information about how the game was organized. The game keeps taking in new people. The only way to stop it is to destroy it from the inside. Dong-cheol's words inspired Gi-hun. He remembered them, deciding firmly to go inside the organization and end the game. Meeting Min-jeong with Dong-cheol's information, Gi-hun decided to find Min-jeong. She was a key person in the game. Min-jeong was a manager but decided to leave because she could no longer handle the cruelty. Unlike Gi-hun, she saw everything from the operator's side. Her view of the game was different, and she experienced its brutality directly. Gi-hun traveled to a small village outside the city to find Min-jeong. She was hiding there, away from people. Her house was old and shabby, but the scenery around was beautiful. She chose to live there, far from the noise of the world. When Gi-hun met her, he saw deep sadness and loneliness in her eyes. Min-jeong did not trust Gi-hun at first. She had been betrayed too many times, and she cut off all human relationships to protect herself from the organization. But Gi-hun explained why he needed to end the game and why he needed her help. His words showed sincerity and deep anger toward the game. Finally, Min-jeong accepted his determination and agreed to help destroy the organization. Min-jeong's story. Min-jeong told Gi-hun about her past and her experience in the game. She studied psychology in college. The game organization recruited her because they needed someone to design the game using human psychology. At first, she thought it was just an experiment, but over time she realized it was a brutal survival game, far beyond entertainment. She remembered when the participants first entered the game hall. Each of them had different expressions, but all had fear and hope at the same time. Min-jeong could predict the pain they would go through. Her role was to make the game run smoothly, and their suffering was just a part of it. At first, I didn't know anything. I thought it was just observing people, seeing how they act in extreme situations. But it wasn't like that. They were just pieces on a board. They had no meaning. Min-jeong's voice shook, and there was deep guilt in her eyes. Gi-hun listened and understood her pain. Through her story, he understood the game more deeply and realized what needed to be done to end it. Gi-hun and Min-jeong worked together. Min-jeong began explaining the structure of the game and the weaknesses of the organization. Many people participated in the game, and the system that managed them was very complex and carefully designed. The movements of the participants were strictly monitored, and every choice they could make was limited within a planned range. Min-jeong told Gi-hun that to destroy the game, they needed to approach the VIPs. The VIPs were the true sponsors. Without them, the game could not continue. They were rich people from all over the world who treated human pain and death as entertainment to show off their power. Gi-hun realized that the only way to end the game was to break it from the inside by targeting the VIPs. Min-jeong also explained the security system and how the participants were controlled. All participants wore electronic bracelets that tracked their location and condition in real time. Min-jeong had been researching how to hack this system to disable the control over the participants, and she planned to work with Gi-hun to execute this plan.